Welcome to your Week 12 edition of the Park's Finest Fantasy Football League. Weekly wrap-up, or I should say, weekly address. What can I say, guys? This week was quite a doozy, a barn burner, if you will. I'm with her 2020, won his 8th straight game. Brandon Sims continues to tear up the Park's Finest. 2,600 points scored. I don't know what else to say, guys. Kiko freaking Torres is over here throwing in the towel on the message boards. We'll see how it progresses. We got God Bless Comerica, 8-4, securing the second playoff spot. Still fighting for that one-game spot with She Unit, who, despite her loss, also clinched his playoff spot. Locked in with a two-way tie with Brad at 7-5. We got Kiko freaking Torres at 6-6 at that 5th spot. Didn't clinch a playoff berth, but very much alive, winning 5 of his last 6. Very impressive, keep it up. The Super Freaks proving once again that they super suck, because they have lost 7 of their last 9. I repeat, 7 of their last 9 for a 5-7 record on absolute life support. Still holding that 6th seed. Thank God it's a 10-team league, man. Anyway, Carry On My Wayward Son and Bass Kicker are also at 5-7. Bass Kicker's got his own unique strategy. I'm not really sure. We'll get to that later. And Carry On My Wayward Son continues to have bad luck, plus a bad schedule with you. I believe your second highest points against. The Nexus continues to fall, falling with his 7th straight loss. Whew, that's rough. And Patrick's my homie is climbing back. He was on live support 3 weeks ago, and now he has 3 wins. He's the newlywed killer, and who did he beat? The Nexus this week, showing he has a chance, mathematically speaking, to not be last place. Anyway, moving on to your first game, the revenge game. Patrick's my homie destroyed the Nexus, 186-133. This week's player of the game, Derrick Henry, at 43. Give me a second to it. We got, Yahoo. We'll be right back. Excuse me for the patience. Excuse me, folks. We have some phone glitching going on over here. Kiko freaking Torres knows all about that. Anyway, we're back. Patrick's my homie ended up getting 25 out of Deshaun Watson, which means he benched Patrick's my homie who was on a bye week. Didn't realize that when I first said it. I know that obviously now. He got a big boost from Jarvis Landry with 41. And Mr. Moore over there, D. Moore Carolina, the receiver, got 41, the exact same score. Kind of interesting. He got 27 out of San Francisco's D. Little surprising. Niners played well. Thanks to the hat. Don't worry about the jersey. I'm out of Niners jerseys. What do you want to do? The Nexus got let down hard by Aaron Rodgers, who once again got crushed by the Niners. Mike Evans, I don't know how he didn't get the ball. Who would you rather have, Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, as they call him? Or Goodwin, as I call him. Anyway, Nexus got let down hard by Sutton and Ballage, who only got 5. 7th straight loss despite Henry's 43, as I believe we said is player of the game on the losing side. There's really not much more to say here, folks, except that it's over. Nexus, go. I've said it like 4 times in a row, but you need to get your shit together. Anyway, moving on, we got the Big Dog versus Team Lions. I'm with her 2020 versus
Carry on my wayward son.
who got his ass spanked 172-148. This week's player of the game was the MVP, Lamar Jackson, with 52. That guy, you can't stop him. This game, believe it or not, came down to Monday night. It looked like Danny Dimes was going to win the whole thing. He had Lamar Jackson and Cooper Kupp. I would have thought Cooper Kupp would have at least helped. Didn't need him. Lamar's 52 pretty much ended everything there. Give me a second to find the game. I'm with her. 2020 continues to be stacked, folks. As I said, Kiko freaking Torres is throwing in the towel on the message boards because he's able to still win despite starting Devontae Parker and getting 9 out of Cooper Kupp. He got 0 out of Dwelly. What are you doing, Brando? We got Amari Cooper with 0. It's a surprising 0. He's not going to do that again, folks. And he still is able to win a -3 from his gay kicker. What are we going to do? That's his name, by the way. It was not a derogatory term, folks. His name is Matt Gay. Just didn't want to say his first name because it's my first name. But anyway, his kicker, named Gay, got -3. And that's all she wrote. Anyway, on the other side, Mr. Danny Dimes, carry on the wayward son without the wayward son. Ended up getting 16 from Brisket. That's what I call him. It's a good piece of meat, let me tell you. Let down hard. Metcalf with only 6. He dropped that touchdown pass. Woulda came in handy, let me tell you. And TJ Hawkinson, he continues to start him, and he continues to get let down. Danny, you got to figure it out. You did bench Kenny Golladay. Good for you, but not enough. And hell, Jimmy G had 33. If he would have went that route again, Brandon would have lost, but he didn't. Anyway, we got the game I don't really want to talk about. Battle of Brothers. Kiko freaking Torres mopped the floor with the Super Freaks. 187 to 171. Leonard Fournette. Let me tell you about Leonard Fournette. Super Freaks looked like they were about to walk away with this one. It was over. And then Kiko freaking Torres burned it down with Leonard Fournette's 45. Folks, they're all garbage points, but points nonetheless. It doesn't matter how you get it done. Super Freaks got let down hard by 12 from Julio Jones, 6 from Andrews, and Super Freaks tried to, I guess, think that they're smarter than the rest of the league by starting Brandon Cooks. Guy only got him 5. What are you doing, knucklehead? Not very proud of you. Get your shit together. Still alive on life support, as we said. Anyway, Kiko freaking Torres got 34 from Breeze, 35 from Chubb, 46 from Fournette, as I said. That's Chicago's D, despite the phone glitch, only 13. Still able to overcome, winning 5 of his last 6. Way to go, Keek. There's really not much more to say about that one, so we're done with it. Anyway, moving on to blowout of the week. God bless Comerica. Ended up, I said mopping the floor. Just destroying, completely annihilating Bass Kicker, who, for all intents and purposes, didn't really try in this one, as we'll get to. 166 to 59, this year's lowest score so far. Manny, I believe in you, but you gotta get it together. There's only one game left. You're still mathematically in it. This week's player of the game, Chris Godwin, with 48. Hey man, I think I'd rather have him than Mike Evans, am I right, guys? Anyway, these are always better when you win. I keep hearing that from somebody. What can I say? We got Matt Ryan, God bless Comerica 1, with only 11. He already released the guys, picked up the win, didn't care. What can you say? He gone. We got 5 from Hilton, 2 from White, 4 from Crowder, 4 from Williams. Tried to get smart, couldn't get that one right. Doesn't matter, still blowout of the week. As I said, we get to Bass Kicker. Bass Kicker's top score was Edelman, and 9 out of 10 starters had less than 10 points, folks. He had 3 starters with 0. It was a rough one. If we go over his bench, let me tell you, they were all on a bye week as far as Bass Kicker was concerned. It was a strategic move. He's trying to win this week, I would imagine. If he does, he is mathematically alive. We'll see what happens. Moving on to this week's game of the week. This one, both teams, in fact, clinched playoff spots, as I've already said, so it really wasn't like a big battle in that regard. But in terms of playoff seeding, the gift of Brad ended up beating up She Unit, narrowly, mind you, 163 to 157. This game came all the way down to Monday Night Football with Mark Ingram's 34. He was really the guy who sealed it. Without question. As I said, this one had a +6 differential. She Unit continues her string of bad luck. Unfortunately, Wilson, who was the MVP prior to Lamar Jackson's rise, is only getting her 15. She got 5 out of Royce Freeman, not good. He was a darling for a while. 9 from Shepard, not bad, but not enough. And it looks like she ended up benching Boyd, and it costed her. I'm sorry, honey, to say that. Sometimes that happens. I wouldn't call him a stud anymore, but, that's just a tough one. That honestly just sucks. especially when Brad over here is getting 28 from Allen, 20 from Adams, 21 from Beckham. I've already mentioned Mark Ingram. He only got 12 from Barkley, 4 from the Bronco fan, homer of all homers over here. Almost cost himself, and got a solid 10 from Jones. That guy's been solid for him all year. There was really no mistakes. Wouldn't say Brad got lucky because, hey man, he always seems to pull this out. Anyway, on to next week. We have over here, let's see now. We have the Super Freaks once again on live support, as I've said over and over again, going up against the Nexus. We'll see what happens in that one. Historically speaking, the Super Freaks do not do very well against the Nexus, especially in game clinches like this. So we'll see how it goes. Patrick's my homie, goes up against the Gift of Brad. As I said, if Patrick's my homie is somehow able to win in this one and score a number of points, he will not be last place, which, by the way, a month ago, that did not even seem possible. The Gift of Brad trying to lock up, I guess he actually has a chance at a bye week, so he is kind of playing for seeding / the bye week. We got Kiko freaking Torres trying to beat Carry On My Wayward Son. If Kiko freaking Torres beats Mr. Team Lions over here, which, by the way, Team Lions did not pick the Lions in his own pool. He picked the Redskins. He ended up winning the pool because of it. It's a hell of a pick, but how is Team Lions not going to pick the Lions? Makes no sense to me. I don't know. But if he loses this week, Super Freaks clinches a playoff berth, assuming Bass Kicker loses his game. So, let's go, Kiko freaking Torres. We got God Bless Comerica all over the waiver wire, screwing over people, by the way, against I'm With Her 2020, trying to guarantee his damn bye week, and he should do that. Always going for the high ceiling. I'm With Her 2020, coming for you. We ain't scared of you, alright? I'm gonna knock your jaw for you. I ain't worried about it, Brandon. Anyway, we got Bass Kicker versus G-Unit. We got Grandpa versus his granddaughter. This one's gonna be huge. Anyway, that wraps up week 12. On to week 13. As I always say, don't forget to be awesome. And a quick little shout out to Dr. Lou, Shan. I appreciate that you watched the show. Anyway, I'm out. Later, guys.